So the emotional trigger that we're going to talk about is the one thing that draws people to relationships. I'm not going to be talking about the emotional trigger of criticizing them because it could regress them back to a childlike state where if you do that and you remind them of their parents, you not only will get them attracted to you, but they might also resent you because, again, if you recreate the pain from their past, which is a lot of people's, which is how most people fall in love through, what you call it? Through trauma bonding, right? If you use trauma bonding, which is really fast, really effective, they get really creepy and needy. The problem is that it comes in a package. What do I mean by that? It's a whole package. It comes with everything. So if they resented their parents, they're gonna unconsciously resent you. If they secretly hated their parents, they're gonna secretly hate you. And that creates more problems. That's why, I left my shirt outside, shit. Sorry. That's why if you use isolation, if you use regression and treating them like their parents treated them, which is a perfect way to be honest with you, because what it does is that they'll fall in love with you through familiarity, unconscious familiarity. They're not gonna notice it. They're just gonna notice that they can't control themselves. The problem with that is that it creates a lot of Bronx-like situations. It creates a lot of ups and downs. It creates a lot of on and off. And you feel like you're making progress, but you're not. And what you're doing is that you're becoming emotionally addicted to them to the point that it becomes codependent. And these types of situations could get very dangerous. So I don't recommend that. Even though a lot of people watch me for the Bronx energy, I don't recommend that, man, because I'm tired of having things to talk about on Judgment Day with all the stuff that I teach on this channel. This type of emotional trigger is more human and it's more natural. And I believe that this is all you're gonna do. And the beauty about this is that if you're able to do this, it's gonna reflect one thing: emotional resilience. You gotta be able to demonstrate that, because if they don't think you have emotional resilience, they don't care about losing you, because they know you're always gonna be there like a lap dog. You're always gonna be there, you're always gonna come back, all right? And that's not a situation you wanna be in. So let's talk about this. And by the way, people, check out our t-shirts right here. This is the Mona Lisa. I call her Trump Mona Lisa because the place where I went to print it, gave Mona Lisa a freaking tan. And check out the clothing, and don't forget there's a free gift for you guys in the description down below about the hot and cold formula, all right? And if you guys want to work with Father Alex one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. All right, so, oh my God, Father Alex is using his shirt. Get out of here, shut up, okay? Stop noticing stuff. So the one situation that you have to put a man in to create, for them to become emotionally attached to you is this. And it's a little counterintuitive. Isolation. You gotta isolate them. And isolation comes in many forms, right? Isolation can be that, it could be that you're busy, right? It could be that you guys go on vacation, right? Where you take him to a place where he doesn't know. The point is this, is that isolation is what, like I always say, is what allows them to process you. Right, when you're alone, when you're done with everything, you get back to your day and you're all by yourself. That's when you begin to self-reflect and you begin to consolidate the things that happen to you in the day. Right, those memories become wired when you're not there. The problem is that a lot of you guys are codependent. Let me be honest. A lot of you guys have creepyzoid energy, and that codependency causes you to never be able to isolate them, never be able to give them the space to think without you. For example, I remember when I was dating this girl and I went on vacation, and you would think, oh my God, he's on vacation, he's not gonna think of me. Well, guess what? I was not sure whether or not she liked me. She liked me, but she was a little inconsistent. And so the isolation, me being alone, made it very difficult for me to enjoy my because I was thinking about her the whole time. And so don't be afraid of moments of separation. Because a lot of the times when you have the fear of abandonment, moments of separation is pretty catastrophic for you, right? In reality, if you understand human nature, moments of isolation, they're gonna think the same thing about you. If they value you, they're gonna say, holy shit, like, I'm gonna be on vacation. What is she gonna be doing? Like, what's going on? And that isolation causes them to think of you in a completely different light. You always look more attractive in a person's mind when you're not there. And what's important is that the time that you spend with them, the positive experiences, they don't reflect on those positive experiences if you're always there. They only reflect on it when you're not there. Think about it, and always remember this about the human animal and our brain, is that the brain operates in a very simple way. It works through contrast, right? Your brain is not bilateral, but what do you call multi-processing thing? Anyway, it processes two things at the same time, right? It processes what's there, and also it processes its opposites, right? That's why when you see red, you might see a hint of green, or as a halo. Well, that's the thing, same thing. When you're not there, the positive experiences that a guy had with you will be processed and exaggerated when you're not there. Understand that when you're not there, the brain only craves for what it believes it can have, and also for what's not there, right? So if I believe I could have something in my mind, if I believe I could have it, I'll start to anticipate it, which creates dopamine that causes me to act on it. But if it's not there, it creates more dopamine, and that enhances your imagination, and they'll think of you non-stop, only through their isolation. And also, humans become weaker in isolation. Humans succumb to the worst and most darkest thoughts when you're not there. And usually when you're dating someone and they appreciate you, those dark thoughts are what? She's gonna find somebody else. I hope she doesn't forget me. And that only happens when you're not there, right? And so a lot of us focus so much we focus so much on the tangible, on what we can see, talking to you, interacting with you, spitting you those lines, telling you those things to try to get you to like me. You gotta also use the unmanifested, absence, and the invisibility, the eternity, where everything lies, which is in our imagination. You want to be in their imagination a lot more than in the physical realm, because in your imagination, like I said, think about it, right? Usually, people, I don't know if there's studies about this, but I really do believe that people realize they love you not in the nighttime, not in the daytime. They realize they love you when they wake up in the morning, because usually what happened is that they had a dream of you. And that dream is almost like a manifestation of what happened inside. It's almost like the explosion of a volcano is an indication that there was a lot of magma being created, and boom, it exploded, right? And so that happens when you dream of them, right? When you're not there, the imagination goes wild and it feels real. Well, guess what? It's those dreams, those unmanifested things that you don't see in the physical world, is what does the dirty work for you. Right? It's what causes them to love you. Not when you're there, look at them like a creepazoid. No, it happens in your absence. So this video is to encourage people who struggle with this, because yeah, like at least for me when I was younger, it was kind of counterintuitive how the human brain works. You know, you might think that, oh my God, I better not miss class because that dude who likes the girl that I like is gonna talk to her. No, perfect. Allow her to see whether or not your presence has penetrated her unconscious, right? When you're not there and this goofy tries to talk to her, she's gonna say, fuck man, I wish I was talking to my man, right? To Delex as an example. Or even when somebody breaks up with you, it's perfect when they go on a date. Let me tell you something, if you're dating someone, if somebody broke up with you and you kind of think they still like you, and you see them on the date, you should fucking clap. You should clap. Because in that date, they realize that the connection they have with you is unique. You should clap. In fact, I want to go on a date. I want you to see life without Father Alex. Oh my God, Father Alex is just turning evil. Yeah, I want you to see how your life is without me. I want you to see that. Go out with Tyrone, the personal trainer, see how that connection is. And usually, we all experienced it, right? Let's say right here, man. We all experience that. Like when an ex breaks up with you and she leaves you, you notice that the next dates that you have is pretty much a time waster. It's just a time waster because you realize, oh my God, like you keep thinking back about them, which is counterintuitive. Well, guess what? To the brain, it says, I don't have a connection with this person, right? You're with someone that you don't connect with because you're getting to know them. And so how does it work? Through contrast. Okay, I'm with someone that I don't know. Who is the person that I know the most that I feel more comfortable with? And this is something that only happens when they genuinely like you. So we could call this a stress test, but also it also provokes. It also provokes because we see each other as a drug. And so if you spend boring time with them, like I talk about spending time with them, and this is honestly, I'm trying to give you guys the encouragement that you don't need to do much. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like you don't need to do a lot for this to work. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be interesting. You don't have to be funny. You really don't. I don't need you. Guys don't need you to be the most charismatic woman. So stop trying so hard. Do less, create more absence, especially in the beginning, and you'll see how it actually works way better than you superimposing on them. For example, with my YouTube videos, right? With this channel, I get views. I get a lot of views, right? But with my new channel, I post less. It's a new audience, my new channel, but I post less. It creates more space. So what happens in that space? The videos grow faster, which tells YouTube, okay, this channel, when he posts, each video seems to get a lot of views, so let's bring more people. So absence in that channel enhances it. Here, I already taught you guys everything you need to do, man. Like, you know, so it makes sense why the views are like that, right? Because I'm always here. So I'm doing the opposite in that channel. As you guys can see, it's growing like crazy. I got a video, and the last week we had over 300,000 views, no, 250,000 views from just 3 videos. Why? Because I'm spacing them out more. I'm a creepy, needy person on this channel. On that channel, I'm completely different. In fact, I am different on that channel. I said to myself, on that channel, I'm gonna curse less. I'm almost like, it's almost like if I meet your parents, right? I'm gonna act like super cordial. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna talk about Tyrone. I'm not gonna talk about banging the whole football team. And so it creates a different impression on that channel, right? And through the absence, it allows the algorithm to push up those videos. So I have to do less work to get more views, unlike with this channel, which I do. Like, honestly, I prefer making videos every day, but you know, YouTube prefers me not to make videos every day, but I don't give a fuck, right? And so that channel is an indication that absence as a YouTuber causes the algorithm to be your friend more than posting every day. So even YouTube understands that. All those nerds understand that, all right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this, man. If you guys want to work with Father Alex, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and there you'll be able to book a one-on-one phone call. We're having seminars all in New York City, Chicago, LA, London, and Amsterdam. London and Amsterdam is at the beginning of next year, but LA, Chicago, and New York City this year. Yeah, this year, within the next 3 months. So if you guys want to purchase those tickets, it's going to be a 1-day seminar. We were going to do 2 days, but I just don't like doing 2 days. I'll be honest with you. So it's going to be 1 day for $79 from 12 till 5 p.m. So and it's going to be part of a course that I'm creating. So if you attend that seminar, you're also going to get access to the other talks that I've done in the past, because this is actually almost like I'm recording my course while doing a seminar, and hopefully I can meet you guys, man. I do exist. I'm not tall, but I'm average height, so you know, don't. Oh my God, Father Alex is a shorty. Nah, but I'm also not tall, so you'll see. Anyways, take care. Are you needy and creepy? Do you have a tough time coming across confident when you like the person? A lot of the times you just don't know what to do. You have habits and patterns that whenever somebody triggers you, you completely forget what to do the right thing. Well, guess what? I have a course for that. And it's called The Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, and The Feminine Woman. What I call the fundamentals. All of those courses are meant to eradicate and exercise the needy, creepy parts in you through action. Meaning, you do what the videos say, and without a shadow of a doubt, you actually get the results. You'll notice that men call you back more. Men will want more relationships with you. They're gonna be the ones that are needy and creepy. They're gonna be the ones that want something. They're gonna be the ones that are the aggressors in trying to get a relationship out of you. But the problem is that a lot of people just watch 1 or 2 videos and completely forget that there's actually a system. Don't just watch one or two videos. Get the system either by purchasing all of them and get a discount, or purchase them individually. Because a lot of the times, just watching one video in isolation, you actually miss the big picture. You have to understand why it works. You have to understand what to do next. And a lot of times, my videos just can't address that. A lot of people, you see by the testimonies right here, a lot of people have done what those videos say, and they've gotten results. Like the other day, I was in Mexico and they were like, "Hey, Alexis," and I'm like, "Hey, oh my God, you watch your videos are so great." And I'm like, and she was like, "Look at my kid." I'm like, "What you talk about your kid? That's not my kid." She's like, "No, no, no, because of him, because of your videos, he's here." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, that's a," but I get that a lot. And ironically, that woman watches all of my videos, right? So purchase those courses, man. And if you don't like it, you actually could get a 30-day money back guarantee, right? Purchase them individually, or get a discount and purchase them all by clicking on the description down below. You have the option of purchasing the one with the bonuses that obviously it's more material, where it's like I give you guys meditations. There's also other courses on how to make friends, how to master anything, or you could purchase it without the bundle, which is much more affordable. All right. And with that, you guys are able to support my channel, which will allow me to make more videos. Okay. Anyways, see you guys inside, and thank you.